What's up, Nico? Great long toss video. I'm pretty excited about this to help you out. After seeing your video, I remember watching you throw. I've seen some of the videos going here. There's some stuff with your front arm that I want to go over. I'm going to be sending you, there's going to be 4 videos that I want you to watch. One's going to be the fundamentals of throwing. The other one's going to be the windup. The other one's going to be the stretch. The final one's going to be if this, then that, which is basically going to explain how to aim, how to miss, understand the process. So let's watch this throw really good. I like to see the distance on it. You flow really good with the momentum. Let's go over this real quick. Okay, like the juice, good flight. You can see that you really have to aim far to the left, right? So let's start over. One of the reasons why I like this long toss is we shuffle wind momentum. Now, when we stick this part, it kind of looks like we're pitching now, okay? So one of the things we're going to talk about and get into is understanding how to create rotational power. Rotational power comes from when the belt, the chest, the feet, and the hands are all kind of coiled away from the direction that you're going to throw. So the downswing of this ball is pretty good, and the upswing of the glove side is pretty good. But when we go to rotate from there, you're actually rotating against yourself. So first of all, the front toe opening first. The body works where when one piece opens, the whole thing wants to open. So you can actually see that in this spot that your back leg is starting to early rotate. Ooh, that was an accident. Your back leg is actually starting to early rotate because of your front toe. So you stick it. Right now your big toe is ahead of your ankle, which means that your hip is starting to open. So your toe is turning this way. We want to keep your toe coiled and your knee coiled facing the shortstop, if not facing the second base, honestly, if that makes sense. Okay, so you have a gap in rotation. So you turn your front side, you get to this position about here, then you torque your arms and your hips. But if you can see, your front foot is fully open, and then the back foot kind of is open, but your torso, when it's going through rotation, is faster than your hips, okay? And then you can see that your front arm is doing something really funky here. It's like you can't see, like you're in a good position, but what needs to happen is when you rotate, is when you separate down to that motion, this is going to come up and go this way. Well, this energy should actually go down the opposite to help it. So this comes up at the same time this goes down. When you rotate that way, we have energy going the same direction. Okay? We got to watch your front arm here. It does some funky stuff. So you get it out of the way so you can see, but then you kind of like pull on it and keep it there. Look how far both your elbows are. You are so hypermobile with all the stuff you've been doing. Both elbows are behind your spine. So you have completely torqued and turned your lower half open, and then your backside, your arm, is so late, but it's actually from your front arm preventing you from turning. Okay? So you go to turn and rotate. You can see that your left arm does not really help you turn. It kind of is just like in front of your body. Your glove stays in front of your heart this whole time. One thing that we're going to work on is to understand that both shoulders are connected. And when both shoulders are connected, if my right side turns, in order for there to be power and efficiency, my left side also has to turn. So you can see right here, when you are rotating, you get this ball up behind your head, and then the ball actually stays in place. Look at that. 3 frames through the motion that your left side has moved, but your right side has not. So you are fully open, facing your target with your arm completely behind you, which is honestly wild. Honestly wild. This deep position is how you do get to this deep layback. But once again, the shoulders need to rotate. So the right shoulder goes forward, the left shoulder needs to go forward. You pivot around your front shoulder and your front hip instead of helping your shoulders rotate to get out front. This is going to be a new concept for you. Then on the follow through, really need to work on, I noticed this too from the windup. We're going to look at this on the mound too. You keep your elbow up in the air here. Okay, and that's something that is a big owie coming up. When you throw, your hand comes up, your elbow stays here, and then your hand goes down, and you end up with this like upside down situation that is very torquey on the shoulder and the elbow. So, all right, and then also on the follow through, we can see the hand here. This like stiff hand right here tells me that you're holding pronation in the shoulder and then you don't know how to turn your arm off, which is also going to be a new idea we're going to be working on when you watch these videos. So, once again, it makes sense while you're powerful. You get to a pretty good position already from what I think we've worked on before, but I really like to see you a lot more backwards in this situation. What's up, dude? Okay, so second half of this video, let's watch this all the way through. By the way, wild mound here. I want you to watch your front foot. Your front foot totally slips like 4 or 5 inches. Crazy, right? Good job on the cleats. That actually was something we should check, like see what your cleats are like. Are they old? Are they new? You know, but look, you can hit right here and then watch. You're still trying to go forward, and the energy you've created, you have slipped forward 6 inches. Dude, that is not okay on the arm. The body does not react very well when the front foot slips. Like, it puts a lot of torque on the shoulder and the elbow because you can't like stand up. Does that make sense? So, all right. So one thing we talked about in the long toss video was when you get all the way down and then your arm gets going, there's a little bit of an arm path issue. So you're using the wrong figure eight. There's 2 figure eights. There's the American figure eight, and then there's the Latin figure eight. So here is the American figure eight. When you separate, you push both hands down, okay? There's 2 figure eights. There's this one, like this, where both energies went down together. And then there's the infinity sign, which it starts in the middle, it goes down, and then it goes up. Now, both of these are figure eights, right? But you have a double circle figure eight, and then you have your infinity sign. The reason why the infinity sign works is because everything is traveling the same direction. When you separate the ball in your hand, it is going clockwise, and then your glove side is going counterclockwise, so the energy doesn't match. When you go up with the glove and down with the ball, you are moving in the same direction of clockwise. So the righties kind of move clockwise, lefties move counterclockwise. So you can see when you rotate forward, there's the wrong figure eight. It actually makes your right arm on time, but your left arm is actually what is late here. I'm going to show you this. This is something that's going to really help you create more torque and some faster moves, right? You get into this right here. Now, this is classic inverted W. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before, but you're trying to turn, and when you are trying to turn and this elbow gets above the shoulder right here, you get into this. What happens is you flip underneath it. Watch. Your elbow's above your shoulder, and then when you rotate, your elbow goes underneath your shoulder, and then it comes back above your shoulder. So your elbow squiggled on a line, which is not smooth. We want a nice arc of the elbow and the hand. Okay, if we can get a nice arc, that arc is easier to control. You can see pulls, drags underneath, over the top, and then it reacts again and it flips upside down right there. There's that position I was talking about when you get to this and your elbow stubs up in the air and your hand goes. When you're moving through this arc, what you'd really like is that each segment goes together through the arc, right? So I can have my arm go down together. I'm not going to stress it as much. You do kind of turn it off, but once again, I can see that hand, it's kind of torqued a little bit. The arm is not very loose at the follow through. So one thing that's going to help us get more gas is trying to get both shoulders to rotate to kind of like pull the arm forward. That's going to help. But right now that left arm is in the way. That's definitely something we're going to work on.